The world of shadows has its own stories, tales of the unexplained and the unseen. Welcome to Dark Light Stories, a collection of tales that inspire the mysteries you hear on the Dark Lights podcast. Settle in and let the story begin. Gather around, everyone, and let me take you back to a summer long ago, to the year 1994, when three friends, Laura, Tommy, and Sarah, experienced something they'd never forget. They were young then, just kids, spending every waking moment together in their quiet little town. It was one of those sleepy places where nothing much happened, where days drifted by lazily in the heat. They spent their days riding bikes, splashing at the swimming hole, and their nights lying in the grass, gazing up at the stars and dreaming of adventures far beyond their small world. One warm Saturday night, Laura and Tommy were lying on the roof of Tommy's garage, staring up at the endless sky. It was dark and clear, no streetlights, no city lights, just stars stretching endlessly above. They'd been talking, as usual, about movies and music and whether aliens might be real, when suddenly something strange happened. Laura saw it first, a light in the sky, bright and intense, moving in a way she'd never seen before. This wasn't a plane, or a satellite, or anything ordinary. The light darted left, then right, almost as if it was testing the night sky itself. She nudged Tommy. "Do you see that?" she whispered, pointing. Tommy squinted up at the sky, eyes narrowing as he tried to make sense of what he was seeing. "Yeah," he breathed. That's weird." They watched, wide-eyed, as the light split into two, both hovering there in perfect synchronization. And in that moment, Laura had the strangest feeling, as if whatever was behind those lights was looking right back at them. It was like an invisible connection had formed, and for a few moments, they felt seen, acknowledged. Then just like that, the lights vanished, melting away into the darkness like a whispered secret. Laura tried telling her mom about it later, but her mom just laughed, patted her head, and said she'd been imagining things. But Laura knew what she'd seen. The next night, Laura and Tommy snuck out again, bringing Sarah along this time. They convinced her to meet them at the old field on the edge of town, where the woods opened up to give a clear view of the sky. They lay in the grass, flashlights by their sides, staring up in anticipation. Hours passed, and just as Sarah was about to give up, the lights returned. There were three of them this time, glowing like distant fireflies above the treetops. They moved in a perfect triangle, drifting lazily across the sky. And then they stopped, hovering directly over the kids, casting a soft, colorful glow over the field. Breathless, Tommy grabbed his flashlight, pointed it at the lights, and blinked it a few times in a kind of Morse code. To their astonishment, one of the lights blinked back, a single, quick flash. The kids exchanged glances of awe and wonder. "Do you think they can see us?" Sarah whispered, barely able to contain her excitement. Tommy just shrugged, eyes wide with wonder. "I don't know. But maybe." Night after night, the kids snuck out, returning to the field with their flashlights. Each time they'd send out flashes of light, and each time the lights in the sky would respond, pulsing back in sync. It felt like a conversation, a wordless exchange between three young friends and something mysterious floating above them. Sometimes the lights would dance in intricate patterns, swirling and spiraling in colors of green, blue, and red, casting an ethereal glow over the field that made everything feel like a dream. It wasn't frightening. It felt almost comforting, like someone was watching over them. Each of the kids felt it, that unspoken connection, that sense that they were part of something bigger than themselves. Weeks passed, and the lights became their secret ritual. No one else in town believed their tales. To everyone else, they were just kids with overactive imaginations, telling stories to entertain themselves during a slow summer. But Laura, Tommy and Sarah knew the truth. The lights were real, and every night they returned to the field, hopeful and curious. And then one night, the lights didn't come. The kids waited, flashlights in hand, staring up into the dark sky. But there was only silence. The next night, and the one after that, they came back, but the lights were gone. The summer slowly began to wind down, and by the time school started, they'd accepted that their magical summer had ended. But the memory of that summer lingered like a vivid dream. Laura, Tommy, and Sarah grew up, went their separate ways, yet they never forgot those nights lying in the field, talking to the lights that only they could see. Years later, the three friends met again for the first time in over a decade. They laughed and reminisced about the swimming hole, their bike rides, and then, inevitably, their thoughts turned back to that summer, the summer of the lights. "Do you think it was real?" Sarah asked softly. "I don't know," Tommy said, gazing out over the field where it had all happened. "But I've never seen anything like it since." Laura smiled, that old sense of wonder filling her heart. Maybe it was just for us. They all realized then that the truth might remain a mystery forever. Maybe it was something beyond their understanding, a gift from the universe, or perhaps it was a beautiful dream woven from the magic of their childhood imaginations. But whatever it was, that summer was theirs. A beautiful secret memory shared only between the three of them. A reminder of a time when the universe felt a little closer, and the world was full of endless possibility. And that, my friends, was the summer of the lights. We hope you enjoyed this story. We look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Let us know what you think. All of our content should be used for casual entertainment purposes only and not used for any other purpose. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time in another one of our Dark Lights stories.